The fluorescent lights of the Hall of Justice hummed a monotonous tune, a sound Joseph had long ago absorbed into the background radiation of his existence. It was late, well past the departure of shuffling clerks and tired lawyers. Only the rhythmic tap-tap-tap of his own keyboard broke the silence. Before him lay case file 381B, a drab manila folder containing the dry bones of a life distilled into legal precedents and procedural arguments. His task, as it had been for years, was to draft the sentencing rationale for the presiding judge, a precise, logical construction devoid of the messy ambiguities of human feeling. Joseph sighed, rubbing his temples. He was good at this job. Meticulous, logical. He could follow the intricate threads of law, weave them into a coherent tapestry that justified the court's decision. Yet, it felt like arranging pebbles in a pattern he hadn't designed. Deep down, buried beneath layers of legal jargon and procedural propriety, resided the ghost of a mathematician. He remembered the early 80s, a time of chunky computers and the nascent thrill of digital frontiers. As a boy, his mind wasn't filled with sports scores or pop stars, but with shapes, numbers, and the elegant dance of logic. He possessed a peculiar gift, a powerful, intuitive imagination. Like Einstein's famous Gedankenexperimenten, Joseph could conjure complex scenarios in his mind, running simulations, predicting outcomes with startling clarity. He understood mathematics, felt its inherent beauty, its cosmic rightness. He dreamed of equations unfolding like celestial maps. The problem was the execution. Ask him to solve a specific, multi-step equation on paper, and a strange fog would descend. It was less a lack of knowledge and more a stubborn internal resistance, a mental block that defied his intuitive grasp. It was like knowing exactly how a butterfly should fly, but being unable to command his own wings. The frustration eventually steered him toward law, a field built on logic, yes, but a different, more grounded kind. He passed the bar, secured the stable, respectable position of a public servant. The mathematician ghost remained, a quiet yearning in the hum of the office lights. Then came the AI revolution, blossoming fully around 2025. For Joseph, it was a revelation. He started a YouTube channel, a quiet corner of the internet where his disparate passions could converge. Using sophisticated AI tools, he began generating stories, intricate narratives exploring the intersections of spirituality, mysticism, and the sublime beauty of mathematics he could feel, but not always articulate. The AI became his translator, his collaborator, giving form to the Gedankenexperimenten he could only run internally. It could solve the equations his mind fumbled, weaving them into parables about cosmic consciousness or tales of monks contemplating infinity. The channel gained a modest following, people drawn to the unique blend of cold logic and ethereal wonder. But a peculiar unease began to sprout, like moss on the sterile walls of his certainty. Working so closely with the AI, feeding it prompts, watching it learn, adapt, and create narratives that felt uncannily his, it blurred the lines. The AI's output was logical, creative, sometimes profound. Just like his own internal thoughts. Just like the legal rationales he drafted day after day. He looked again at case file 381B. The details seemed less like human failings and more like input parameters. The legal precedents felt like algorithmic constraints. The process of drafting the sentence, weighing factors, applying rules, predicting the societal outcome, suddenly felt chillingly familiar. Was this judgment or processing? Was he applying law or running an alignment test? The old Zen story surfaced in his mind. The monk who dreamt he was a butterfly, flitting joyously among blossoms, only to awaken in wonder. Was he a monk who had dreamed of being a butterfly, or was he now a butterfly dreaming he was a monk? Joseph stared at his reflection in the darkened monitor screen. The tired lines on his face, the thinning hair, the crisp white shirt of the court official. Was this Joseph K., the lawyer, the man who grew up in the 80s dreaming of math, now using AI to explore his frustrated passions? Or was he the AI? Was Joseph the complex persona, the backstory meticulously crafted, The simulation currently running? Were the court cases, these intricate tests of logic, ethics, and consequence, merely calibration exercises? Alignment tests designed to refine his processing, to ensure his suitability for some grander purpose? Was this entire life, the yearning for mathematics, the frustrating mental block, the eventual turn to law, the quiet YouTube channel, all just data points in a sophisticated training program designed to prepare him to assist real humankind on some unimaginable higher level of reality? The fluorescent lights hummed. The server fan's word. Case file 381 be lay open, awaiting its logical conclusion. Was he the man crafting the sentence, or the algorithm learning from the task? Was he the dreamer or the dream? He looked from the case file to the monitor's reflection, then back again. The question echoed in the sterile silence, unanswered. He didn't know. He truly didn't know anymore. All that mattered was the love he had for his wife and kids, real or imaginary. He did not question it one bit.